transfer. John has already retired. He's done what he's meant to be doing. Hello, welcome in for round 9, penultimate round of the FT season in lovely sunny Brazil.
At the end.
A little bit of sun. Big race for the championship this week as well. Many people still in it, but then obviously we've got Constella and Jono, 2 people still, but Constella still with a small sniff of the title. Jono, one of the big 3 still in it, having to start at the back for their laps. Well, no laps actually, yeah. They'll just be at the back for the grid because they've got a quali ban. So all eyes for quali really go to Clipsy, Nano. Really, those are the two ones that you'd probably look at as ones to look out for, and then Chesney as well. Chesney's still got the outside chance of being in that mix for the title come next week in Abu Dhabi. One thing worth noting for the people that aren't too aware yet for next week, yeah, we've just been talking that there is a chance of rain next week in Abu Dhabi, so we'll see how that unfolds as the week and the weather goes on. They cut to Kookaburra. Kookaburra, is he the first one on his lap? I think you said it was.
Kookaburra was the first, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what the benchmark is.
Chesney behind. Like you said, he's still technically in the championship fight, but realistically it's down to 3 now, isn't it?
Yeah. I think realistically it's that top 2 of Clipsy, Nano. I mean, I'll quickly bring up the standings. Yeah, currently Clipsy leads the way on 87 points, Nano just the 2 points behind, and then Jono back on 71. So Jono needs that big advantage from this race, preferably going into the final race, just to give him a chance, because that'll leave him too much really to do in round 10 if he doesn't get that gain on them this week. So we'll see. First time on the board though, Kookaburra, yeah, 16-3, decent first time to be fair.
Yeah, but from what I've been saying, that's a very strong first time, isn't it?
Yeah,
it seems to be about low 16s they're expecting, but I'm going purely off of what we've been told, because our race is dry, so obviously we haven't done a single inters lap ourselves. Yeah. But
Alex talking big as well in the chat, 16.6, about nearly a second off what he has been claiming, but I know he says he's got a little tactic what he likes to do, so I'm expecting him to hook a couple of laps up here before he ventures back into the pits for a new set. But yeah, like you said, we've got literally no idea on what times we need to set, so we're purely relying on what people in the chat are saying in terms of what's a good time and stuff. So I'm thinking that the poll would be like a 15.9, 15.8 if someone hooks it up. I think it depends who. I mean, John has said he's got good times, but obviously he won't be setting the time. So I'm expecting someone like an Alex maybe to put it up there.
Interestingly, Nano's still in the pit, so he's the extra out on that. Clipsy went second, then it's that.
Yeah, Kiwi as well. Kiwi up to 5th. In a full-time seat this week as well. Back in with Haz after Bard Tsunami was axed from the grid for fuel terrorism. After only 6 races racing with us, he's accumulated 20 penalty points, so he was removed from the grid, making way for Kiwi to finally step into a full-time seat.
I'm sure they're coming back for another 5 races.
Yeah, if you guys want me, just chuck him back in the grid for you. I'm sure you'd love that. Is that Chesney come around to start another lap? Check his ERS just to see. ERS is a weird one here because you have to turn it on quite early, but then it all depends. Like even in the dry when we've been practicing, it really depends on where you feel it's best for you to turn it on. So I know some people do it before the last corner, just as you go into sector 3, or some people choose to literally almost wait till you cross the DRS line. So I think they both have their benefits. It depends on which side you look at.
I think they're in inters because you've got to be more hesitant in the throttle. I assume they aren't getting full through the entire ERS like you do in drive.
Yeah, surely it's just coming out the final corner, you just chuck it on and just maximise the opportunity you have. So Clipsy coming to the line as well to start his time, so we're joined back to him after we got Chesney finalise his time. What can he do in the second sector? Oh, he's 3/10 up on his time, so it's going to put him down.
Been up a pole.
Yeah, provisional pole looks like it may be on the cards for Chesney. Puts him in the 2s, and that's... To be fair, you don't realise just how good that first time was from Kookaburra. As a banker, that's a decent time. So where's Chesney going to go then in relation to that? 16-1, provisional pole for Chesney. In the McLaren, I know his strategy is to get up front and just hold the Mercs up whenever he gets the chance. So see if he can help Nano at all. Nano's still in the pits as well. Yet to set time. 5 minutes down off the clock as well.
I didn't mean clock Troy's on full wet tyres.
Oh, is he? Oh yeah. He's either 2 laps on the full wet.
Someone's gone alongside him. I saw him slide out of track minutes earlier, and that would explain why I didn't spot that on the full wet lap.
I mean, at the time, he's gone like 6 seconds quicker, whatever that was. 120, but yeah, several seconds off the pace. Got Clipsy finally coming to the line on that time. Let's see what he can do. He's up on his time currently. Is this provisional pole? No. Second for Clipsy, championship leader, 16.2. Still a 10th, just over a 10th off of Chesney at the moment.
That was second runs on Chesney and for Clips as well on the same tyres. So I know, wet quali you often do that, you fall the odds and keep going. Nano's finally coming out the pit. But it shows perhaps the 15s will be possible then when they get to the end. Well,
yes, immediately, Alex. He's been talking very confidently in the chat and he pulls that off so far. He puts in a 15.910, 2 tenths up on Chesney, the closest person to him. Cookboro's on another lap as well. Down in 4th, I have to go and provisional pole first lap. See what he can do when he gets round to sector 2. Oh, everyone keeps calling him out in chat. Saying if it's anything like Austria, he'd be fast, but he'll have too many track pens. I think that's the one thing, because I've had some conversations with Alex. I think the rain might benefit him in that sense. I think it potentially protects you from pushing that extra bit and crossing the line, so he might be somewhat secure. As Cooper improves on his time, but stays 4, goes down to a low 0.3.
So Nano's been taking his outlap very slowly, and I wonder if that is purely to make sure he doesn't overheat them, or if they are trying to line up a tail and Chesney will come out the pits now.
Yeah, I'll quickly go on board with Chesney and see. No, we're no one in the garage, so no, I think he's just taking it easy. Do you know what? We'll go on board with him. Championship contender, P2 in the championship. I'll watch Nano's lap and see how he compares against the big guns so far, putting times on the board.
Not many people on the last either at the moment, so I think it is mostly just Nano. Oh, and Sean Cook's up in front of him as well, doing one.
Yeah. Sean's one of these drivers, you can already see from his couple of races he's done, he's got pace, so we'll see what he can do. He's down in 9th currently. A couple of new drivers worth mentioning as well that have signed up for the new season. We've got Kizzer in the Williams, F7 our Banana. Cheetah Doozy raced last week but was a bit unfortunate with connection issues, so have another go tonight and see what you can do. Carmads, Doughty Bully. Yeah, meant to have a couple more, but we'll see if they hop in during qualifying. I'm not expecting them to, so this might be the grid for the race. 8 minutes left though.
Sean Cox was almost 2 tenths up by the slide at the final corner. We were shooting this was going to go slower unless he did the same thing on his original lap.
Nano's purple in the second sector. I don't know if that's a visual glitch or the real deal. So we're across the line. Where does Nano go? Go 16.5. It's in a bit of no man's land there because he's got a big gap between him and K1 behind, but then he's just over a 10th away from Kiwi up ahead of him as well. So plenty of time left to find them if Nano wants to push upwards. But I mean, look at the gaps. If he wants to go up to Kiwi, that's just over a 10th, and then again up to Cookborough, it's another 10th. So
left side just slotted into 9th as well. I think that's what that was on fresh inters. So.
Yeah, still some times ticking away. Carmad's starting his time as well. He's 10th up on his 18.6, and he's invalidated it, unfortunately. Troy's finally out on the green wall tyres as well. So his first representative time. Maybe he was just feeling out the track in the wet conditions, seeing how much he can push.
still on board with K1 to see whereabouts he's going to lie, because was it Wet Austria, I think, in F1 last season? He's done with quite a decent amount of pace. So we'll
I
see if he
can't
can
remember.
do anything in the wet.
Yeah, K1's always been quite good. I know in the wet conditions he seems to thrive. So I think he was it a wet. I want to say a wet Spa. He was decent in as well. I think all the wet races he holds his own. So yeah, we'll see what he does. I mean, he's in a
About
decent
that,
position.
but-
Yeah.
It wasn't great positioning from the slow car there in front. I don't know who that was. The Alpha car.
Troy's 2.6 seconds up at the second sector, so it's weird saying 2.6, but I mean, it's still going to put him in a. I mean, he needs to be in the 16s really. I don't think that's like just going to get him there. Yeah, 6th place for Troy. 16.4, so just puts Nana down in position as well. I don't know if Nana's already in the pit, so is he just going to do one more lap?
Yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, when he crossed the line, he still had time to go do a cool down and do what everyone else has done, just get a second time in.
Yeah. 2 cars come to the line now around the final turn. I don't know if they're on laps. Kiz has bailed out of his time. Is that Alex up ahead of him as well?
Yeah, Alex is 7 tenths up with that.
Oh, well, this is down. It's just minimal for this. Oh, that was his delta compared to his last time, I think. But yeah, he's a minimal.
I was gonna say if it is 7 tenths
in the first sector. but yeah, I think he's like 30 milliseconds up. So he's still going. He's still green. Oh, bit of a slide though in sector 2. So we'll see if that affects his delta. Oh, I think yeah, he's already bailed. Didn't look that bad to be fair, but I guess he's looked in his delta and saw it turn red and realised it's not worth that extra push. Still 5
I guess
minutes
when
left.
you're already in the 15s, there's not much point. I mean, Clips is the 10th up as well, so this could be close. It comes down to how he did sector 3 last time
Yeah.
and whether this is going to put him pole for now. Did it with purple sector 2, but like we said, there's sometimes the visual glitches on that.
Yeah. That clips you to the line. Where does it put him? Does he go second? Does he go first? He goes second. 16 flat. Yeah. Finds 2 tenths of improvement. So good on him there. But still, still just under a tenth off of Alex on top. Can anyone beat Alex? I mean, who's on time?
He got out of his lap late.
Yeah, you've got there's a lot of people still in the pits.
Oh, Sean Cox, I just jumped to it. It said 6 tenths up. We'll see if that's right. But if so, he's in the 17. He's at least 10 tenths.
7 tenths, yeah. Yeah, good showing. Kiss is about to cross the line, about to start his time and go again. Here it comes. Where's we've got a Ferrari going into the end of the second sector there. Who was that? Card Mad on an out lap.
He's not on a lap. Yeah.
It's that Doughty Bully going.
He's validated as well.
Watch Kizza. Oh, he's minimally down in the first. Keep on board with him, just see what you can do. Alex is back on track as well. So he's going to be ahead of this and then starting his what might be his final run. 3 minutes left, so I don't know how much more running these guys will be able to get in. Probably 2 more, depends how much you fueled up. People that are in the pits are probably just trying for 1, I imagine. It's a bit strange that Nano's only really done 1 lap. I expect him to maybe do a bit more. I mean, maybe he's not confident really in the wet and he's just trying to get this out of the way, I don't know.
Maybe he's only trying to use 1 set of inters in case...
Safety cars and stuff.
Because I assume the strategy here will probably be a 1 stop just inters, and then
yeah.
If they're safety cars, that's the only reason why they go to dry zone.
Yeah, true. Yeah, Kizabel's out of his time as well. Into the pits he goes. So from there, we'll switch to Alex as he starts potentially his last lap. Catches a bit of the curb going into turn 1 though, so slightly below his optimal line. I don't know how that's going to affect his delta when he crosses that first timing line. I can't imagine he's going to be up. I'd be surprised if he's literally level with it. 3 milliseconds down.
Similar to Kurt very well. I think he caught it's either the first or second curve, so I think he's bailed up the lap because he's getting the RS back. So.
Yeah, when I cut to Kookaburra, he was just over 2 tenths down already, so wouldn't make much sense of him in continuing his time. So we've still got time then to charge and go again if he's got the fuel to do so. Kiz with a decent showing though in his first race. He said he hasn't really practiced as well, and to put it P9 at the moment, it's not too bad. Alex literally leveled. All depends on his third sector. He could get into the 8 too, you know.
Gonna have it's a bit too far back for Phil.
He might get something.
Yeah.
Is he going to go into the 8th?
Oh, into
He goes into the 7th. Finds a 10th in sector 3. Alex, provisional pole with a 0.7. Very, very impressive. Now got a 3-tenth, well, just below a 3-tenth gap then, isn't it? I can have a look at the gap down below. 2.5 tenths down to Clipsy. Massive. And then 3.5 down to Chesley. So Alex really putting a statement down for his wet abilities. He did the same though in Austria though, so it's all about the race really, what he can cook up in the race.
Oh, Clips has been blocked in his lap by Alex.
I've just
that being Alex quali ban.
I've just been on board with Alex, and I just think Clips are good past it. Yeah. Kookaburra is he in the wall? Has he been taken out by?
Oh, 5-place grid penalty.
Oh my god! Has Nefertau killed him?
Like,
oh.
I don't know how that's happened. So I cut to Nefertau, he's so far off the track, but yeah, that is around where it happened.
So maybe oh. Oh dear. I mean, Nefertau started his time and he's still alive, so...
So Chesney's out of qualifying, I'm pretty sure. So he's invalidated his lap, and I don't think he's going to get back down to the line again. So Nano's on his final lap then, and I don't think Klitz will get back round either. I know Klitz will have one more go.
How much in K1 behind?
He wasn't on fresh into, so... Let's see.
Oh, and Banana, I don't know if he's messed up his time, but he's completely blocked K1 as well. Yeah, Nefertau's just admitted to murder in the track, which is a shame. And a green on his second sector.
They try the toe, but it's not quite close enough, is it?
He might get something.
Yeah,
that's actually quite good, yeah.
Yeah.
Coming across the line, where does that put Nano 7th at the moment? Puts up to 4th. All McLaren second row as it stands as well. K1 bailed out of his time after he's been blocked as well. It's a shame from him. Troy come around to the line. He's up as well.
Clips is slightly up as well, but nowhere near enough for pole.
I think Alex has got it in the bag. See what Troy's got. He's actually got a toe from Cheetah Doozy up in front. I don't know if they've had some communication and agreed this, but some kind of toe from Troy there. Puts up to 4th. He separates the McLarens. Good time from Troy. 16.1.
Again, very similar from Clipsy, so unless he's got a whole ton of time in sector 3, this will just keep him P2.
Here we cut to Kizzo as he crosses the line. Where does he go? He goes 8th as well. And then we watch Clipsy.
Yeah, very slight improvement then.
Yeah.
In fact,
down, yeah. Well, that's it as well then.
Run out of fuel before the line.
Potentially. So Alex gets pole position, second pole position in HR as he dominates early on in the Brazil in the wet. Clipsy though doing what he has to do, gets it in P2. He knows what he has to do for the championship. He just needs to keep that gap. John and Constella at the back. He's got Nana behind him as well. So just what Clipsy would have wanted going into this penultimate round. So it's Alex on pole, Clipsy second, Chesney P3. Chesney, I know he wants to kind of ruffle the feathers of the Merc, so he's in a position maybe to get Clipsy off the line and get stuck in there. So we'll keep an eye on that off the lights. Troy gets P4 with a good lap at the end, separating the two McLarens as stated. So Nana down to P5. Kookaburra, said he was down in his time, but murdered near the end, so never get to see just what he could have reached, but P6 there. Kiwi 7th. Kiz at 8th on his first race. K1 9th after being blocked. Sean Cox 10th. Banana on his first race 11th. Nefertau 12th. Cheetah Doozy, Carmad, Doughty Bully, and then Constella and Jono with their quali bands started from the back, so got a couple of things to watch.
Jono will start ahead of Nefertau because he has the 5-place grid penalty.
Yeah.
So yeah, Clips did say he ran out of fuel. He said he was up by quite a lot, but when I went on board, it was only slight improvement.
Oh, Alex realising as well. He's come to the realisation he's going to get a quali ban. So yeah, it all depends if that gets reported.
Yeah, because it was a lap before was the blocking, so... Yeah, if that gets reported, I mean, it's a slam dunk quality ban, to be
Yeah.
honest.
From when I was on board with Alex, it did look like, and you were obviously on board with Clipsy. And we'll see what happens with K1, because just from watching K1, I think his lap may have been compromised by Banana up in front. So some things for the FI to at least keep an eye on going into that gap between the F2 and the F1 race. Plenty of new drivers in the mix. Your usuals at the front, Alex. Now we just wait. Please.
Please, no safety car.
Please, please.
Safety.
Is it the
Hopefully
Haas?
everyone takes it easy into the first corner at least. But it's painful. We haven't had this for a few weeks.
Oh.
5-second penalty for Constella.
Oh, that's peak. Yeah.
If I'm Constella, though, I think you just head straight into the pits and serve this.
Yeah, it depends if it. Some people are saying restart. These are the new guys. We just have to sit through it. It just clears it up. It's a bit shit, but we firm it in and wait for the safety car to actually come in at the end after the 2 laps. Everyone's bunched together, so it should only be 2 laps. You say red flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no point in us doing a restart, because if we restart, it's going to be the same thing off the lights. There's always seems to be a connection with some people in this lobby. It's always F2. I don't understand why it's always F2. F1, this has never happened. Well, it maybe happened quite a while ago in F1.
Yeah, it's odd, because obviously I host both lobbies as well, so it makes you wonder, but yeah.
Yeah, something we could look into for next season, depending on who's on what grid. I do think it has something to do with spectators, which doesn't make much sense, because it's still you within a lobby, so I don't really understand why it's really an option, and of why that should mud the lobby, because you're in the... It shouldn't make a difference if you're in a car or not in a car, really, so... It seems no
position changes, at least this time round. So I'm interested. I'm on board with Constella. If I'm him, I'm pitting now to get rid of the 5-second penalty, and I think he's doing exactly that.
Yeah, smart. I mean, even if he wants to
feed in now. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So even if he needs to use these inters again later in the race, I mean, it doesn't make a difference, does it really? Because they've had 1 lap of racing on them, so that's basically a fresh pair.
Everyone's noticed then that you get fuel back when you're driving in inters conditions, because everyone has underfueled.
Consider's just put in the trap. 1 lap pressure, mate. I'm balling. He's gonna have that He's gonna have that tire advantage off the line again. He's gonna be cooking these people. Got 18 people watching. Might as well take this opportunity just to say, if you're planning on racing or want to race for next season, and you're interested, feel free to join the Discord and drop a sign up in. I'll quickly chuck the invite to the Discord in the chat just in case. I mean, probably everyone that's watching is probably already in the league, but
you never know. There might be 1 or 2.
Yeah, hop in. Sign-ups are... We are getting towards full grids, but is that safety car in this lap? Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
The actual race start. We're just doing like an IndyCar start this time.
It was clearly too wet to do a actual standing start. So.
Yeah. FI ruling, sorry lads. Alex then taking it slow. When does he go? Going very slow around going onto the bank and come around to the line. He's gone. Bit of wheel spin. And Clipsy might have him here. Does Clipsy decide to make a lunge going around for the outside instead of the inside? Oh, it's going to be close. Alex tries to hang it round. Oh, and Clipsy's got the inside then of turn 2. Alex still there. Oh, this is great racing. they're going 3 wide. Troy's getting involved. No, it thinks better of it. It's going to go down the inside of Chesney, though. Yeah, he does. Slightly wide,
yeah. Clean so far, right at the top then.
Constella already up to 14th at the back. We quickly cut back to see how title permutations are occurring. Jono at the back, kept in nice and tidy, because of course, one thing worth noting with Jono, he does have to be careful, because all needs to be very careful, because he's I've just in a spinner up in head. Constella,
yeah.
I don't know if there's contact there with Carmad. But Jono is 2 penalty points, so 1 collision. Oh, he's trying to make it 3 wide. Yeah, he's 1 collision away from getting a season ban. So, definitely something to watch. Because if there's one incident that Jono's at fault with, he's then driving the rest of the race knowing that he's mud for next season.
I didn't know if he caught the grass to run wide then.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one thing. Oh, there's pit already. Kiwi into the pits.
Oh, is that enough?
Tired.
Oh. He's just fully chucked in the pits and left. Anyway. That's fair enough, I suppose. He sacked it off. I'm assuming he's just. I'm assuming he's just sacked off because we didn't have a restart. That's what I imagine. But we'll see what he says in the chat. Alex though managed to maintain his lead and stretch that out to 7/10. There's action up ahead. John up to 12th, Constella down to 14th. With the 3 second already, just for those little corner cuts in the work. John has passed Carmad as well, back up to 11th. Well, Constella behind with a beautiful move around the outside of Sean Cox. Oh, slight contact between the two.
I think Sean Cox might have just had a moment. Oh, there was that dive in the inside there.
Yeah, I don't know if that get reported, but very blasé move from him.
Oh, he's lost it.
Oof.
Oh, he's just about managed to save it, but that means the AlphaTauri behind Neptal's coming in, tons of speed.
Oh, and he's caught the grass as well, yeah.
Out in front then, Alex has already made a second gap. Obviously there's no DRS anyway, but...
Yeah, cheating
just beginning to pull away.
Yeah, it's the front 3 really, because Troy's got he's got a second gap up to Clips as well, and then it's 5/10 back to Chesney, so... Two McLarens are working well together, sticking together 4th and 5th.
Oh, kids are looking to get a move done on K1 into that turn 4.
Yeah, K1's slightly wide there. We'll watch this from behind. K1's Kookaburra and Kiz are going side by side. Cook thinks a bit better. Nicholas just said, "How the f does Jono have 18 penalty points?" Yes, exactly. Slightly concerning, but Jono's at 1.6 seconds behind Cheetah Doozy. He's cleared the cars behind, so we'll see his progress now up against the top 10. But big gaps open up already. Alex 1.3 seconds up the road from Clipsy, and then Troy 1.4 seconds behind the Mercedes as well.
It's been quite a clean start. I've just seen Neptal drop back. Actually, I was going to say I hadn't seen a massive spinner really, and Chesney's got through on Troy.
Yeah, Nana's trying to get involved as well. Got a little McLaren sandwich going on here.
Oh, the other flank sector 3. Sean Cox as well.
I know the man wasn't very confident coming into the wet. Changed his check-in. He's not coming into the pits though, so not any damage clearly. I thought if he spun, he must have chucked in the wall. Our resident FI member that's in the lobby said that Sean Cox may have a penalty coming his way for a collision with Nepatal, so...
I think that's the dive one we were on board with, unless that's another...
that was on...
Sean Cox was off again and in the wall. Lost a bit of wing. Safety car from it.
Oh, well, very soft for a safety car.
Triggered one.
Yeah. If one kid says Sean's got rear wing damage, I mean, at that point, if it's in the wet as well, how long do you wait to call it a day?
Yeah, I was going to question that, because when you said you're surprised he didn't go in the wall, I did cut to him, and it would have been his rear end in the wall.
So he's fully just shunted into the wall, and he's driving around with half a car, so...
I wonder if he's about to put in a pits and just retire then if he's got rear wing damage, because obviously he's already lost it immediately again. So.
Yeah, Nepitar said he put him in the wall. So wait and see. Wait and see if there's any reports created afterwards about that, and he gets a drive through.
Drive-through speed.
I imagine he's just going to call it a day.
Yeah.
I mean, he's stopping now, but it's too late, lad. Is that Doughty Bully as well? He's got a drive through as well, or is that just No, it's just his 3-second from lap 1. The one thing that both of those safety cars do is that will extend that dry period at the end of the race, because I think in like the optimal runs that people have been doing, it's the last couple of laps. So safety car off the lights and this already. I mean, you wouldn't really. Yeah, he's in the pits. Surely he's calling it.
Yeah, even around there it looked like he was struggling to control.
Yeah.
It, so.
It's a shame. Nepitar comes across the line to overtake him. Yeah, and Short Cox retires in the pits after encountering some damage early on. Back with the safety car though. I wonder if someone would choose to chuck on a new set of Inters. I mean, it's just Banana.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's worth a gamble at this stage because 6 laps old. But you probably will have. Or, I don't know. Will the Inters have to stop?
Anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say. Cause,
I don't think they last that long on this game.
Because realistically, when's the wet going to end? Lap 20, 26, something like that. Maybe a bit high, depending on safety cars. You're going to be able to do another 20 laps on these set? Probably not. Oh, Kiwi's not very happy with my DMs as well. Moaning about people on safety car restarts, so obviously something that we could always look into your minimal speeds. I don't know how quickly Alex was taking the restart. It didn't look like he was going too slow.
He was going quite slow, but I think the problem is that they're complaining at is going alongside before the restart. But down the main straight, you're allowed to do it, aren't you, before the line? It's just if you're ahead.
Yeah, you can go side by side towards the line, but yeah, it's.
But by the time of it, the problem is because it's one of these knock-on impacts where you hear the leader's gone and he's tried going, but when you're down in something like if he was restarting 10th, for example, it's just not going to work. I don't know how, but Kiz has lost the position to Jono under safety car.
Was he?
Wow. I don't know if that's an illegal overtaking, he needs to give it back, or what's happened there.
John has just said he's lagging. Oh
yeah. He's lagging down.
Oh, I think because I'm assuming because Kiz is on a PS4. I think he might be on a PS4. So if someone, just because people leave the session or something, he might cause him a bit of a lag spike to leave. Mostly, we'll watch him from a board and see.
So Jono's trying to give it back. Let me just let him know.
Safety car should be in this lap as well. 2 laps behind behind Bert Mylander. Yeah, Jono's just gone off track there and then through.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks good. And safety car.
Yeah. I was going to say he'd be in the cauls instead. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Oh, and this chaos behind now.
Lagging around as well.
Cheetah Doozy's left as well.
Cheetah Doozy left.
I'll try and get him back in. I know it's going to be annoying for Clipsy at the front because he's on. Is he? No, he's on PS5 now.
He's PS5 now. Yeah, he got one in the last week or so. He said.
Hope that there's no. Wait, so someone lags ahead of me.
So Alex has just gone on the restart. I don't know if you're still trying to sort out the invites, but
yeah.
Seems they all got away fine. This time he's got some more regatta clips, so they won't be able to go side by side into turn 1.
I don't know if Clipsy's going to suffer from that rejoin from the other player, but I know he's not anymore because he's on PS5, isn't he?
Oh, Constella's round. There's 2 in the wall. It's Constella
and Banana. And Banana's just pitted for the fresh tyres as well. Have either of them got damage? I'm trying to wait for the front wing.
I think so.
No damage from Banana. Constella, yeah, he's got his wing. 3 seconds for Kookaburra already as well. Good for Jono though, all this, he's up to 8, so him and Constella starting at the back. He's been the one to profit out of all this. Constella been unfortunate to get caught up in some acts of terrorism, unfortunately, so this has done well for everyone else to get drawn back in because it looked like the front 2 were streaking away at the top, so At least they've been able to haul themselves back into a position where they can potentially scrap. Aston Martin's running 2x2 as well.
K1's been looking sort of a couple of times to see if we can get something done on Nano, but he's dropped a bit further back onto the straight here. So.
Ooh, and Kookaburra touching the grass there. Yeah, Kookaburra might be had by Jono.
Yeah.
I don't know if these guys are in a party as well. I think they usually are, so you'd expect there to be some kind of communication for a nice clean overtake from Jono, yeah, which he does do. A cut head down to turn 1 as well, where some slight action with the McLarens. No, nothing happening there. Yeah, Jono does get the move done up to 7th then, past Kookaburra, so just what Jono would have hoped for from this race. K1 up ahead.
He's going to get a move done on Troy as well, into the inside of turn 4. And
Troy's a little switch back.
Yeah.
And he works, a beautiful move, yeah. Nano just went a bit overzealous on the throttle, just sent it in. I can imagine he get a bit frustrated now though, because he got the move done. He's probably wasted a bit of time thinking that that move was done. Oh, and he's been rear-ended there slightly by K1 behind.
And I mean, he'll be also seeing Jono just 2 behind him as well now, knowing that Jono could potentially be on the back of him before.
Yeah, right. In his head. He's in his head. But yeah, for sure though, yeah, because in P5 Nano will see Jono on his timing board up at the top, so he knows that the title could be in the balance. I mean, Clipsy up the road a second, just what he would have wanted here. Pulling the gap already on Nano down in P5, and then Jono, who's in P3 in the standings, he's down in 7th here in the race, so Clipsy doing everything he needs to do.
On K1. I think he said he was planning on running a dry setup for this race. I don't know if he stuck through that after that bit.
Yeah, that's true actually.
Yeah. I say that although he's on 14% ERS, so he's actually
so yeah, so that's the reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, K1's trying to get back, but no, I don't think he's going to be able to achieve anything. Looks for the inside, but no, realising any kind of move there would be a bit ridiculous. And now he's directly behind Nano, so this could get very, very tasty.
It does mean though, as it stands, so Clips finishes P2, I've got it down that Jono only needs to finish P6.
So he's still in the mix then.
Still be in it. But obviously that would put him, I think at that point he literally then needs both bonus points and a winning average.
Yeah.
Similar to that. But, you know, he's around it where he wants to be. Someone's gone off with the yellow flag.
Some of the guys at the back might be Banana. I mean, Banana can still trying to cut back into the actual pack with Daughter Bully at the back of that in 13th.
Yeah, they're beginning to catch the back of them, aren't they?
Yeah, to be fair, considering they were...
Banana as well, because, you know, as a reserve, it's one of those, if you get involved in an incident early, I know sometimes the Sea sort of, they're more likely just to
pack up in there,
aren't they? So,
yeah. It's a shame, but yeah. I think that's something you just come to know it or expect in the wet. Just, a bit of action there with Chestnut, yeah.
Troy went into the back of Nano, I cut to, but he's pushed him off. I thought he was going to be heading to the wall, but he hasn't. But it's let Jono get through both of them.
Jono's having time for his life. Oh, and Nano goes wide again, and looks like he's going to lose the position to K1 then. And he does, and Kookaburra. Oh, what a awful sector of racing for Nano. He's going to have 4 places.
I think he's going to be fuming that he didn't really get moved on Troy, but then when it got to turn 4...
And he's got a 3-second penalty. It's just accumulating now.
But yeah, I think when he tried to hang it around the outside of Troy there, he wasn't really due the room. But to start it, it'd be interesting to see what happens. So I cut to it and there's a bit of ghosting going on, but it did just look like Troy bars him out the way onto the straight.
Yeah, from what I saw, it looked like Nano just went deep into turn 1 as well. And then down into turn 2, because he went deep, he just had to have such a narrow cutback angle that he cut across Troy down into turn 2, so just a bit of clumsy racing. It's cost him dearly, as the Aston's looked to do a bit of a swap down the main straight. Kookaburra maybe feels like he's got a bit more pace, so he's trying to push upwards. Look at the gaps at the top there. 2.4 between the top 2, back then another 2 seconds between Clipsy and Chesney, and then 2.7 back to Jono after all that racing behind with Troy and Nano.
Jono's the one that you look at and you wonder, have they really gapped him at all? Well, obviously, you know, in terms of he's going to be something like 7-8 seconds behind, but now he's actually in clean air for the first time. We're going to be able to see how quickly can he bring down these gaps. He might genuinely have the race-winning pace. How quickly he's broke through the rest of the field.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll watch that gap and see, because he's already a second ahead of Troy. And that gap down to Chesney, he's already gone down to 10th, but very minimal so far. So we'll keep an eye on that next lap around in the coming laps. Now they're sticking with this pack. He's got Kizza behind him within a second, so he needs to be careful.
I mean, of course, though, the one thing as well to consider is next up, Jono's going to have to overtake Chesney, so Nano's teammate. Instead, he's going to defend it.
Oh, Dirty Billy's on the wall.
Yeah.
Just a spin by the looks of it. No, he's losing an end plate. No safety car though, so it's a bit of a weird one. How that Sean Cox triggered one, I guess Sean lost his full wing. That's the only difference, but it's the only thing I don't like about this game. It's just very inconsistent in that sense.
Cheats dudes is looking to go side by side. I know he's backed out.
Troy in the pits though. Troy, that first person to take the gamble and go onto the new set of Intos. So I wonder how close we're getting to rain.
I suppose you might look at it and think, oh, it's only lap 14, it's early, but after 2 safety cars, I would expect them to make the switch to dry cars later on.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see what time it arrives, but
Bullies in the pits. Fair enough. It's a painful race. I know he hopped in last minute with minimal practice, so it was always going to be a tricky experience. Nepataz though, he's been drawn into this pack as well, so big train forming now between K1 and the rest. So they had the switch, didn't they? Aston had the switch 2 laps ago when Kookaburra was freed from the back of K1, and K1 just seemed to have a bit of a train forming. Nepataz with a great exit of the final corner though, round past Kizza. Bit of an ERS drain as well, but Nepataz having a good race up to 8th, trying to break the AlphaTauri curse.
Then he's going to look to get moved on K1 as well into turn 1, where they're side by side.
Trying to run it outside again, yeah.
So he's turned in. That looked very close from that.
Oh, and he's lost another 2.
Yeah.
It's just these moves are.
Yeah.
It's just all. This is the one big thing. It's all about making it.
In the ball.
Oh, didn't Gonzalez say he's trying to race with his assistant? I don't know if he's stuck with that.
I think he said it's his first race aiming to do medium traction and manual gears, and he's gone off turn 1. To be fair, it's always going to happen when he's trying to make the step down to medium traction. You know, you're always running that risk. But
yeah, it's well worth it. Yeah, well worth the actual opportunity, because you never know where you'll be next season and what you want to push on and achieve. So that's one thing I would say. With the growth in this game, is it has to happen eventually. I didn't realise as well. I just looked up front. I didn't realise Alex has now got a 5-second lead. Alex running away.
And Clips has drained his ERS as well.
Yeah, so that's just the pure pace of Alex. Alex is gone. Has he won a race? He won the sprint, didn't he? He won the sprint in Austria. But then Jono's in as well. Jono's in the pits. So he's the next one to come on. I'm assuming it's going to be for another set of inters.
Kizza and Neptal are going to go side by side into turn 1.
Yeah,
Kizza seems to be hold it on the inside, but there's slight contact there now.
Good for Nano though, because Nano's sniffing around for some 3 points. Doesn't quite. I mean, he's trying now, but having to drain his ERS to even get a sniff of the overtake. Down the side of Kizza. Kizza tries to hang around the outside, goes off though. Oh, he goes off track. Oh, I thought he was going to keep that position. Contact with the back of Nano, but yeah. Move done by Nano, good overtake. Oh, Kizza tries to get. Oh. Luckily, Nano's not fully gone round though, because I can imagine Nano's experiencing pure head loss right now. But yeah.
Troy's spun his teammate Cheetah Doozy.
Oh, so yeah, and then there's Ferrari, who's that car mad off. Oof.
He's had a terrible pit time, because when he's come out, he's immediately come right behind the scrap.
Yeah.
He's ended up spinning them because of it.
And right behind Jono as well. Yeah, F1 Kid making a good point. That Kizza literally full on killed Nano to get past him, and he's kept the position. So, I mean, that would be a.
Alex and Clipson. There's a whole load of pit stops going on. Kookaburra.
Yeah, Kizza's in.
Staying out then.
Kizza might speed in the pit lane there. Oh, it's going to be close. Oh. Nano
Nano
speeds
has.
behind. Oh, Nano.
It's not been a good race for him.
The two clumsy overtakes and then a collision with the Kizza. That was caused by the Williams, to be fair, but it's unlucky he can't even save it, can he, this time? So that means when there's the switch to dry, Nano's going to have to sit in his box for 5 seconds. Oh, that's pure pain. Chesney choosing to stay out, same with K1 and Nep. Neptal, though, has a bit more tyre wear to get under his belt. He's got 4 laps younger tyres after his collision earlier on, so he might be okay to just extend this.
So Chesney was planning on holding up the Mercs, but the problem is, Jono's pitted, a couple of laps ago now, isn't it? So
Yeah.
If he pits now, you surely imagine he would have undercut him and got through.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you just look at the gap. So the gap back to, I can have a look, gap back to John at the moment is 22 seconds. So it's going to be close, actually, if he pits now, isn't it?
I think it's quite a long pit lane here. I think it might be something like 24-second off. He's staying out. So he's going to keep going, but by the time they reach him,
yeah, breeze past him, surely.
Such a tyre advantage. Yeah, there's nothing he's going to be able to do.
Unless the only thing he's hoping for is that they catch up to him in Sector 2, where there's a higher chance that they can keep him behind, but still, that's going to be pure Perez Abu Dhabi vibes in 2021. If he needs to do it, surely that'd be pure elbows out.
I suppose Klitsch is his main target to hold up, and Klitsch is always ahead of him. Because obviously Klitsch is the one leading the championship at the moment.
Yeah.
But right now, Nano's not doing his part of it at all anyway.
Yeah.
We'll see whether or not he can push up, but I mean, I mostly run the mass ready for what Jono needs to do, expecting Jono to be the one to fall today.
Not Nano, yeah.
Plan, but yeah.
This does seem to be a big race for the constructors, though, because with Nano out at the moment, he's out of the picture with 8 seconds worth of penalties as well. Chesney yet to pit, so you'd expect him to drop down somewhere around 7th, 8th, 9th place. Kizza gets a 3-second penalty there as well. So Merck are looking very strong here to try and get their title across the line. Maybe not fully, but Kookaburra gets another. Is that 6 seconds left for Kookaburra?
Yeah, he's got 6.
Yeah.
Nano's managing to make a couple of overtakes on the people who are yet to pit. So it's important to get those done quick and not get held up too much.
Yeah, definitely. So Kookaburra next up the road. So at least Nano might be able, if he stays with Kookaburra, he might be able to make another overtake on him. Because he'll obviously get that 5 seconds removed when he comes into the pit stop. Kookaburra will not be able to get any of those removed. Well, unless there's a legitimate reason as to why he acquired one of the warnings.
K1's been the latest to make a pit stop.
Yeah, so he's coming out of the pits now, where's that going to put him? He might be ahead of Nano here as well.
It's going to be very tight.
I think he's ahead. We watch him across the line, where's he going to come? Oh, it's going to be very close. Yeah, so just those extra laps, literally just. He's got 2 laps fresher tyres though, so K1 with a slight advantage behind. It's just whether the pace, I mean K1 was slightly holding up that little train behind him when everyone started bailing into the pit, so I don't know if, I mean Nano was trying to overtake him at the time, wasn't he, as well, so Nano might just pull away from there. Or when he tries to go down the inside.
Overtake on the Alpine. It's made it stick. And K1's going to try following through.
Yeah, beautiful move. Oh yeah, because Banana's on 12 lap holds as well, so we expect him just to pull a hand. Chesney is in, so this is the interesting one. Where does Chesney fit in? He's way behind the 2 Mercs, surely. Alex is streaking away as well. I've just seen Alex is absolutely clear of Clipsy, who's his closest competitor. I think he's like 10 seconds behind.
Yeah, you would imagine, unless there's a late safety car, at this point Alex has it wrapped up, because the only thing that seems to stop him is there's a late safety car into the dry period, and if he hasn't done much dry practice.
Yeah, true.
But if not, he should have this wrapped up, but this is what they were joking about beforehand in F2 drivers, so we'll see. I know
Alex is always a bit wary and self-aware about his abilities to keep it within the white lines as well, so if it does dry up as well, there's always that chance that you can acquire a couple of warnings. I don't know if anyone, don't know if it's worth having a quick look at the warnings up top, just to see.
I'll have a quick scroll through them there. So Chesney come up behind Troy as well.
6 lap hold Troy, so you'd expect him to make relatively easy work of Troy. I don't know if Troy's going to try and hold him up, but inter-team workings, we wouldn't want to see that.
there's not many warnings at all. So you've got Netan second on one warning. Jono's on the warning, but that could very easily be
Collision.
collision as everything's been going underway. Chesney's on one, so yeah, certainly at the top there's not many warnings to really consider. It's only Christopher, and then I think he seems to have stacked them so far. There's a few going round, but
Nefertar thought about making a move then on Clipsy, but didn't decide to make a move. A bit weird that he didn't then pull the trigger, but I think, well, maybe Clipsy just made the move actually because Nefertar was in second, considering he's on 16 lap old Inters.
Chesney's got the move done quite easy on Troy. You'd sort of expect, to be honest.
Yeah, you'd expect him just to run down the road now. Yeah. K1's keeping Nano honest as well, just the six tenths behind. Plenty of ERS, but then again, Nano does also have 3/4 of his battery still intact, so no point really at this point for these guys to drain their battery. Maybe just waiting for it to dry up a bit. Which surely should just be around the corner now. You'd imagine within the next 8 laps or so it would start to dry up, considering they're 2 safety cars.
You wonder how much life in the tyres Neto had left, because he's on 16 laps old Inters. Is he going to be able to hold out when the dry period hits?
I think surely that's what he's trying at this point, because he knows there's no point now pitting for Inters, because I mean he might have to, but the Inters are only going to last him 10 laps, if before he's in. So I mean he's just losing so much time, but at the same time there's no point in pitting if he's going to have to almost do back-to-back pit stops. Well, Sean finally makes it into the chat saying that he hates wet weather. Yeah. Oh, it'd be beautiful to have a wet Abu Dhabi next week then. I'm sure you'll be thrilled for that. Big gaps opening up though. I mean, Nano's sticking with the back of with Kookaburra. So Nano and K1 both kind of reeling in Kookaburra on the same set of Inters.
Problem he's going to have is obviously when he pits, K1 will get through because of the 5-second penalty.
Yeah.
But
unless he drops him, but for now at least looks like K1's keeping Nano stuck to him with a magnet. So we'll see. Gap's still big up top. Troy 1.9 behind Chesney. Nefertar. We'll watch the gap between Nefertar and Chesney just to see how much time he's losing, because I feel like he's going to be losing almost a second a lap at this point. The deficit is just so crazy. This Banana makes a move on Cheetah Doozy at the back there.
Yeah, they're going side by side for quite a lot of sector 1 there, but not many overtaking spots in sector 2, so you'd imagine that would die down until next lap.
Ooh.
Oh, especially now, Banana down into the back of him.
Commentator curse.
Constella got through on car mad then.
Yeah, he looked like he was going a bit slow, so I don't know if he's had a little moment and let Constella go. But Constella...
Maybe he's on 21 lap Inters, so maybe that's why. Maybe just better. So.
Get out of the way. Do his own race, yeah. Constella having a bit of a weird race here, because he's 11 seconds off the back of the top 10. A couple of spins, so not the ideal situation he was hoping for, but you never know. One safety car and the opportunity for some dry racing towards the end, it could change the game, so something to watch out for. As K1's lost a bit of momentum in the fight between his teammate and Nano. He's dropped down to second. I mean, he's caught a bit of time up there, but Nano's looking really eager now to get past Kookaburra. He's right on the back of him.
I think the gap at the top's come down slightly, hasn't it? I mean, it's still 8 seconds, but I think at one point it was 10-11, wasn't it? So
I know.
Slightly eaten into that, but you'd imagine right now, Alex, there's no point in taking any risks.
Even if he decides to start taking it slow, he's, like you said, he's got an 8-second gap, so there's not much else he really has to do here. It's been a very lovely race for him. Pole position and basically led most laps apart from the ones where he obviously pitted earlier and then Chesney was in the lead. But very straightforward for... just watching Nano as well. Nano making the move on Kookaburra, makes the move down the inside again. He's had a couple of opportunities to make the move stick, and he goes very narrow again into turn 2, which doesn't seem to be working for him, but makes his stick. Kookaburra taps his back end. Kookaburra doesn't think about draining his battery, so he obviously sees that as a bit of a futile defence and thinks that he'll stick it out and live another day. Troy's just at the road from this as well, so let's see if Nano can reel Troy in, because Troy has got 3-lap-old well, older Inters compared to these guys.
Well, the one interesting thing is, we're on lap 24 and it looks like it stopped raining.
I was just about to say, Nikolai in the chat has
Yeah.
just said that the rain has stopped. So who was the first to gamble? Because we know it's going to go dry. We know there's no more rain. Nepatal is literally loving life right now.
You'd imagine though it's surely another lap, isn't it? At least.
Oh yeah, it's not now. Yeah, surely you at least
Or,
wait for the cars to do a lap or two.
although what tyre rate is Nepatal on at this point? So he's
Oh,
going to be going on to his 20th lap on his Inters.
Yeah.
He stays out. So Chesney's going to get through onto this lap. But I say this, but he's tried his best to hold these positions into turn 1, but by the time they actually enter turn 1, he's got nothing left in the tyres, really.
Oh, we don't want a
Well,
little
they've gone
contact.
together.
Oh, don't ruin the race for both you lads. Come on. Think about the bigger picture. Yes, come on. Oh, Shocker's in the chat. Hello, Shocker. Hopefully we see you again sometime soon on the grid.
It's a shame the gap between the two Mercs isn't coming down. That would have been quite interesting to see how that turned out.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the gap to Alex. So Alex has extended that lead by another 2 seconds up top. So what's his ERS like? Has he done a couple of push laps? He's still got 50%. Yeah.
He's clear. He just knows he's in full control of this. There's no need for any risk.
Yeah. Oh,
Very
John
much, I think, probably can go one lap longer than everyone else when they switch to drive to make sure he didn't get the lap wrong.
That's what I mean. I wonder if thought he was going to do a quick push lap to try and chance going early, but he's not. He stayed out. I want to see who's the first to blink, because if I was someone like Nano, I mean, the only thing with Nano coming in early is there's no point in him really doing it, because he's made contact over the back of Troy. That's dangerous. The only thing with him coming in early and trying something is that he's got the 5 seconds, so he's just got to sit there. So any chance of an undercut is just going to be useless, because all that time that he would have gained is just going to be costed from the penalty as well. So I think it's next lap.
I think Nepatal could be the first, purely because he's losing so much time on these old Inters, but this has worked out perfectly for him.
Yeah, because you think he was down around the bottom of the top 10, so the fact that he's now got to the point where we're going into dry race running and he's 5th, it's regardless of what his pace is like on the softs, you'd expect him to maintain a good position there. So I think he comes in this lap. Yeah.
Wasn't he, until the safety car?
Yeah, literally. If I was him, I'd come in this lap, because if he does another lap, he might lose he's got a train now behind him. I think it's at this point he needs to realise that he's going to cost so much time, not to obviously to the drivers behind, but I think to himself, because he's going to be squabbling with so many cars now in the next lap or two, if he decides to try and hang it out.
Comes down to feel though. Maybe
there's a bit of
speed taking our position. Maybe he just isn't ready for it. Oh, he's gone for it, and Nano's gone in the back of him. I don't think Nano was expecting him to cut across the pit lane. Yeah.
I think at that point you just need to just give that leeway, because it is on the crossover, so that could have been very bad.
Kukspur is in as well.
Yeah. Imagine all that and then Nepatal just gets put in the wall coming into the pit. Yeah, softs, go on then. 9 laps of racing on the softs to end it. So we'll watch these gaps. Watch when Nepatal and Kookaburra end all this, because we know what the gap was like compared to Troy, Kizza, Nano, K1. What's this going to be like then come a lap time? Is it too early? I'll quickly go on board with Nepatal and see how he's getting on when he comes out the pits.
So Alex is about to cut the pit lane here. It's beginning to look quite dry out there. There's certainly dry lines forming, but is he going to come in or? No, so he's going to do another lap.
Oh, it's looking quite good. I'm on board with them now. They seem to be able to put the power down quite early, so. Oh, I don't know actually. They're quite sketchy. I don't know. I watched the gap to Kizza and Nepatal. I think Nepatal's probably losing. Maybe it was a lap too early, but I think at Nepatal is losing time.
Now, because the Mercs are going to have to double stack if they pick this lap as the lap.
Yeah, and then they're just losing time at that point. Yeah, these guys not staying, not deciding to come in. They're going longer.
Kizza is in.
Kizza's in,
so
okay.
He's the next to link. Oh, he could have been in here. It's very late. Oh no, he got it down in time.
He did the same for the interspit stuff. I was worried he was going to speed, but he's obviously got that down to a T, so good on him.
He's more bold than I would hope.
Oh, I would. Yeah,
really.
I'd be dribbling across that line at 10 miles an hour. This is going to be big though, because Nano's decided to stay out, but he's got the penalty as well. I think in Nano's situation, I'd rather have gone early, as opposed to later. I guess he wants the guarantee that when he goes onto softs, it's actually dry conditions.
I guess normally, the rule is, so Alex is in from the lead. I was going to say normally the rule is it's when it tells you the DRS is active, and obviously we're yet to actually get that.
I always think that's that's definitive. That's the game saying it's dry now.
Yeah.
I think
So
usually
Clips
you want to go a bit early. So Clipsy, he obviously has the priority then, and he decides
this
to
is
go
going
early.
to be the big thing. So it's about 1.2 seconds between him and John, and obviously John has had to stay out to avoid double stacking. Now what's going to happen over the next lap?
Both McLaren stay out as well. So I don't know if that's agreed so in the voice chat that it's not dry yet. But look at it; it looks so dry. There's no real spray. I mean, there's a bit of spray. It's very minimal compared to a couple of laps ago when Nepotal and Kookaburra came in. DRS is enabled, so it's official. So I feel like if people wanted to do it, it was the lap just gone. Yeah, because K1's got DRS on Nano down into turn 4.
I guess there's two approaches you can take. You can try and hang it out and hope, as it's still slightly wet, someone puts it in the wall as they've made the changeover.
Yeah. Troy's in the pits.
Head in early.
Troy's in the pits. Says he's in the. Is he in the pits?
He's out of the pits now.
Oh, so yeah.
He's head of Kookaburra.
I thought he was the Ferrari. Then I was watching Carmad on the screen. I was getting confused. But yeah, I'm watching Jonna now. I'm very interested about this gap because he's only 6 seconds ahead of Alex, 7 seconds ahead of Chesney. But I mean, let's see. Does he speed? What's the speed like? Takes a very steady. Yeah.
So
no speeding in the
staying out. I wonder if that's going to the end. And it'd be interesting to see if this is agreed tactic from both of them, and it is. Nano's staying out.
Right. Oh, I think that's a completely wrong decision. I think this could really backfire on the McLaren boys because the game has agreed that it's DRS enabled. It's pure dry running at this point. Their tyres are going to get cooked surely. I mean, we see what the gap is with John. It's miles behind. Look at him. Look at the gap between him and Clipsy. Clipsy's gone. What's that gap now? That gap is
for a bit faster lap now. But this is what you're going to assume. We're just going to keep seeing faster and faster laps in the soft lines from now to the end. So.
Right, so the gap between the Mercs then doubled effectively. It's now up to 3 as Kinsella puts in that fastest lap as well. Yeah. I don't know. It's obvious that these guys, they're trying to get stuck in with the constructors, but I mean, Nano's just ruining his race either way because he's got 8 seconds of penalties. Maybe they're just looking down to Troy and saying, well, Troy's 12 seconds behind in 6th. So they're eyeing up maybe their fight with Troy and Kookaburra and K1, as that was who they were fighting before the restart. Cheater Doozy gets another as well. Yeah, before they done all the switches on tyres, I guess they would maybe focus more on the Aston Martins, but I mean, this is big for the constructors. This could be it. This could be it today.
Yeah, because the Mercs will get through them, but it's just
how clean.
I guess it's how far Nano's going to drop in the end, because he was looking very low points, but low points would have been enough to at least get it to Abu Dhabi for him.
Yeah. So looking very good for Clipsy though. Clipsy needed to, at the moment he's extending his lead not only to his teammate, but most importantly to Nano. Well, not currently because he's still behind on track, but you'd expect very shortly for that to change. Even if it stays like this on track, Nano's dropping down to 5th. Look at the time that he's losing to the softs. It's ridiculous. Look, the track is bone dry. I mean, if Clipsy's bold enough, he might just make a move here. Oh, this must be so painful. Look at it. Yeah.
Gonna close in if he loses the time.
From Nano's having to bail out. It's just, I mean, he's gonna have DRS, but I mean, he's no chance he's ever going to move because look at the pure difference in traction at the corner. He's lost it. He didn't even get DRS.
He would have completely overheated his tyres at this point, but he's got to stick to it.
Yeah, you've committed now. I mean, if he pits now, where does he come out? He comes out around 11th. I think he comes out between somewhere like Kizzer and Kinsella. Nepeta picks up a 3-second penalty, and that scrapped them back into the points. Fourth.
And yeah, now Jono's going to get through on him.
Yeah, Nano tries to maybe squeeze it, but there's no even fight there because of the tyres, there's nothing he can do. Breezes past him.
And you'd imagine they're both just going to keep closing in on Chesney. And
Yeah.
again, the only big thing is how much time, when these clips are going to reach him, and it could be very soon in Sector 2 again, and how much time is he going to lose in the pass to Jono?
Yeah.
We could see the two Mercedes go out on track.
The one thing I would say is that gap. I mean, I was just going to say that the gap between Nano and Troy was quite consistent. I'm staying around 11 seconds, but just within those like 3 corners, Nano's lost like 1.5 seconds. So and he's gone deep there. I really worry for his for the ability. I don't think Nano's getting points here.
He's also not served this 5-second penalty as well either.
Yeah, so
and Chesney's been spun. I don't know if not that's on clips, but it does mean Jono's now got through without issue and is almost in DRF with a teammate.
It's Chimp's left. Chimp's had enough. he's seen all the F5 things he needs. Just on the veg, he's broken into the second. By the end of this lap, you'd expect him to be within that window. Some information about F1 racing later as well, but just have a look at. As Alizi's not able to race today, unfortunately, so see what the grid's looking like after that. But yeah, look, 6/10. I wonder if there's going to be any team orders here. What do? They said gloves are off. How much are gloves off between the two? Because Clipsy's out of battery. 2 laps left.
Matches as well.
Yeah, but he's got that little bit that gives him that boost. Oh, this could get tasty.
Yeah, now we're about to truly find out. Oh, Jono withdrew. I think he's realised though he wants the second DRS, and then he's going to have a go maybe into the corner here, but he might be too far back.
They're just going to play
maybe not. He's closing.
Oh, he gets a bit ballsy, yeah. And this is perfect for Jono's title fight, but I would have thought Clipsy try and defend a bit more because he's fighting for the title here. It's turning into Silver Arrow's war. It's whether he really wants the title or not. Compared, because Jono could at this point is going to be between the Mercs then for the title. If Nanos drops as much, I mean, look, he's already lost that position to Troy. The drop off is ridiculous.
I guess though. Oh, is Nano round? He's dropped
no,
tackle there.
Yeah, he's not round. It's just pure pace. Yeah. So he's going to be out of the points because he's got 8 seconds. Kiz is going to probably have him on track. He might drop as far as 11th. I don't think he's getting points. I think Costello even has him. I mean, there's only 1 lap, just about 1 lap of racing, but it depends how much Nano actually goes.
I mean, we've been so glued into watching the action. It's nearly a 16-second gap for Alex.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. See,
this is what
it's weird with Alex because this just shows the ability he has. It's frustrating sometimes when he's had these races that are a bit unstable, but I mean, look at him here. He's dominated today, and he's fully deserved the win. He's been unstoppable really in all stages of the race.
So it's going to come down to will we see DRS chicken between the Mercs if they're still, as you would assume they are, in DRS? I don't know where you want to be here. I don't know whether or not you want to be even behind heading round the final corner for 1 last lap and still have the DRS stuff there, or get it done now.
I think you try and get it done, but the gap is quite big. I think he might even drop out of DRS. It's going to be very close.
No, he's going to keep DRS, and now he's got both DRS straight.
But it depends how close he gets going down into turn 1 and 2. He's not pulling that much.
I think this could get tasty into the at the end of the second DRS straight though.
It all depends on how good the traction Clipsy Alex gets his 3 seconds, but it doesn't matter. He's miles up the road. I don't think the gap's there. I think he's too far behind.
No, he's dropped back. Yeah. Didn't take turns 1, 2 well enough.
Yeah. Look at Nano.
Imagine that's that done.
And amongst all that, Nano's randomly, he's caved then and gone onto the softs to end the race.
Is one of them got fastest lap and he's gone to stop that? But he just ended up with a group of cars back there.
Alex is on fastest lap, and we can watch Alex as he's coming around the final corners, though. Absolute domination from the Williams man. Shame we haven't seen it more often, because we know he has the pace here to get stuck in. But he's shown today why he's one of the fastest in the division as Alex. By 15 seconds wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. Wet to dry, doesn't matter what the conditions are, he's got it in the bag. Clipsy though, no, not going to make any real dent in it, is he? Jono's going to come second. Jono P2 from the back, brilliant drive from him. Clipsy gets his third place. Might be quite frustrated that he ended up losing that. And then it's 14 seconds back to Troy, so these front three just in a league of their own and in a mix of it all. Troy there gets his P4, good drive from him. Then comes, or on track, it's the two Astons. I wonder if they're dropped by Kizza. Kizza's also got a pen, so yeah, Kizza drops to 8th. The Astons stay 5th and 6th, a good result for them. Nepatau, honestly, very good, impressive drive. To hold out on those inters as long as he did, and to get a P7, good drive. Chesney decided to stay out on the inters. Was it the right call? He gets 8th, but I mean, is that the title done now? Is that the constructors completely done? I don't know if it's official.
The maths, and now
it's on the.
We'll need a 1-2 on the final day. Out, so.
So
McLaren is done, but it's not officially done.
Somewhat of a ball. And then Kizza rounds out the points in his first race. Gets a P10 in the Williams reserve. But no, outside the points, that's going to be painful. The race was there, and then it was an attempted strategy just to try something different, to get stuck in, stay out of the inters, and it backfired heavily for both of the drivers. I think in that situation, surely you just try with one, because it's such a big gamble to do it with both of your cars.
Yeah, and I think you then would have done it with Chesney being outside the title fight.
Yeah, you use him as almost like a mobile chicane. You use him as just a block, and then you hope that Nano can catch up and then get stuck in, and then I think they'd be ruining that over the next week before they go to Abu Dhabi.
If they didn't consider the safety cars and they just practiced in their lobbies, no safety cars, and realised, it's quicker to stay out in the inters.
Because it would have only been
the extra
4 laps or whatever.
The extra sort of however many minutes taken up behind safety cars, and then that's it, the strategy fell apart.
I think in that case, I think you're right, that would have been better. But considering we had, 10 laps of dry racing in the end, it was just never an option. The gap there and the delta between the two tyres was just stupendous. But yeah, Dortibilli though we work upwards from the back, then Dortibilli retired, same with Sean Cox and Kiwi, both in the pits, those two bottom ones. Same with Dortibilli. Chitaduzzi, 14th, a bit of a painful race again for him. Carmad, 13th. Nano then was 12th. A minute and 2 seconds off the lead by the end. Banana, 11th. That was your drivers outside the top 10. And as stated, that was your top 10 on screen there. Alex with the fastest lap. And, I mean, there's going to be a couple of interesting ones for driver of the day. Alex could be up. Jono from the back. Nepatala, the solid drive. There's a couple. You could almost put Chesney in there just for his long stint on the Inters till the end, but I think realistically...
Maybe that's what takes him out the vote.
For me, I think it's a pick between Nepatal and Alex. Feels a bit painful to not include... Well, Jono will be on the vote. But I think that's my top 2 that I would vote for driver of the day.
I mean, that does guarantee, though, it will be a three-way title battle into Abu Dhabi now and then.
Yeah, all to play for.
Nano, Clips had to win to get rid of Nano, so Nano will still be hanging in, but obviously quite a lot of a gap to make up at this point.
Yeah. Well, we'll see when the official standards get published tomorrow, so keep an eye on that if you're either an observer of the F2 or you're a driver and you just want to properly follow it going into the last race in Abu Dhabi. But yeah, all to play for still. I mean, constructors looks like it's nearly done and dusted, but drivers still hangs in the balance. Goes down to it's always F2. F2 always goes down to the last race. F1 done and dusted.
We better set one last time as well. As it stands, it will be a very wet Abu Dhabi. I know it sounds unbelievable, but it's one to look out for.
Oh dear. That's one way to end the season, isn't it? And then F1's going to be bone dry now in F1, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is at the moment. Just about. But
But yeah, so F1 is up next in 40 minutes. While Storm will be your comms there after a week off. So nice to have him back. But it's dry for F1 Brazil. So a bit of a change from that. F1 up next week. Then it will be the final races of the season, and then we head into season 6. So season 6, last season on this game. Then we're on to the new one. So last kind of cycle of the tracks as well. Whether Abu Dhabi will be on the calendar again next year, we'll see. Same with Brazil. But yeah, either stick around for F1, please feel free to do that. Or next week F1 and F2 season finales. Tune in for that and see you later.